In an incredibly cynical move, the Trump administration is going to start denying benefits to the National Guard by pulling them out of states dealing with coronavirus early. So now this is according to a report from Politico. Members of the National Guard are being recalled a one day before many become eligible for extra benefits from the federal government. Again, these are National Guard members, and thanks to coronavirus, right, they were promised extra benefit for their service if they served 90 days. Well, they're getting pulled at 89 days. Now, the report states that the guardsmen faced what is called a hard stop, just one day shy of many members becoming eligible for key federal benefits. This is according to senior FEMA officials. Now, in a May 12th call obtained by Politico, the official also acknowledged during the call that the June 24th deadline means that the nearly 40,000 members who first deployed in late March will find themselves with only 89 days of duty credit, one short of the 90-day threshold for qualifying for early retirement and education benefits under the post 9/11 GI Bill. Oops. Look, is this an accident? I don't know. So now, in order to try to avoid a disastrous PR disaster, the official did say that they needed a, quote, delicate messaging strategy. Oh, no kidding. A delicate messaging strategy. Now, they said we would greatly benefit from a unified messaging regarding the conclusion of their services prior to hitting the 90-day mark and the retirement benefit implications associated with it. So here's how that would go. Over like a lead balloon. It would be just disastrous. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. Now, it is possible that Trump could extend the deployments. Now, according to a National Guard spokesperson, quote, we're not there yet in the determination. Nobody can say where we'll need to be more than a month down the road. Well, here's the thing. I don't see coronavirus ending by June. Considering the lack of social distancing and the refusal of very many to wear masks, I see a second wave. And a second wave is generally bigger than the first and more deadly than the first. That is, of course, unless we take bold action, hunker down till we get a vaccine. And there's potentially good news on the vaccine front that I'm not going to get into with any sort of detail. But Moderna has had some clinical trials, and there's some promising results. But we can't promise anything on that yet because it still has more clinical trials and results to go through. So the point is, we're still going to have this issue. It's not going away. We need those workers in place to help the states. In fact, the report notes that tens of thousands of these workers have been working full-time since early March on a wide range of sensitive and dangerous tasks, such as decontaminating nursing homes, setting up field hospitals, along with performing tests of the virus, or for the virus. They provided a crucial backup for understaffed and underfunded state public health agencies trying to contain the pandemic. Now, it costs about nearly $9 million a month for every 1,000 troops. So there's 40,000 troops, you do the math, right? So, look, we're going to see cases. We're already seeing cases in deaths mount. Yes, they're continuing. You now have over 90,000 people that have died from COVID-19, and the numbers they're going up, especially in states that have opened up sooner, right? So now these workers will be needed. Now, is this a coincidence? Of course not. It's not an accident. No, one day short. No, what this is like hiring temps for 90 days, right? And then firing them the day before they're supposed to get hired in. I've seen that plenty of times when I worked in manufacturing. And the reason they do is because employees get better pay and benefits when they're employees and not temps. Now, in this case, again, the guardsmen would get extra benefits. So it's not hard to figure this out. I mean, you know it. Now, the National Guard Association points this out. And they believe the Trump administration timed its orders to limit the deployment to 89 days in full awareness that the additional benefits would be denied. Noting the state of the recall, the date of the recall, retired General Brigadier General J. Roy Robinson, who was the president of the National Guard Association, said this: "It seemed kind of weird to me. It's a Wednesday, and it also coincides with 89 days of deployment for any soldiers who went on federal status at the beginning. I was getting all kinds of calls about it, and I said it's probably just a coincidence, but in the back of my mind, I know better. They're screwing the National Guard members out of the status they should have." What? No. Donald Trump screw someone else over? No. You're kidding me, right? Especially members of the National Guard. No, he'd never screw over an employee, would he? No. Oh, wait. Of course he would. We all know the answer to that. Yes, Donald Trump would screw over anybody. We know that. And look, there's a reason they don't want people getting those extra benefits. Why? Because it doesn't help their donors. Retirement benefits? No, Republicans really don't want people to have those, as well as help through with their education, right? No, they don't want that at all. They don't want that at all. And that's what it's about, of course. They don't want any extra dollars going to regular people because that's already earmarked to go to the rich. That's where they want all that money to go. And we've seen that this entire coronavirus situation has been used by the government to basically initiate a gigantic transfer of wealth from the poor and middle class to the wealthy, to the corporations. And imagine being okay with using the human suffering that has been caused by this virus to facilitate that heist. What kind of person are you? Well, you're a sociopath. And that's who Donald Trump is. And unfortunately, that's who many in his administration are as well. And so that's what it's about. Trump doesn't care about the troops. He doesn't care about the National Guard. Doesn't care about people dying from coronavirus. All he cares about is himself. And that's it. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.